so much, Governor. It's wonderful to have you here today. I'm honored to have you join me today as we begin this important journey. And I want to say it's a special honor to be joined today by my parents, who've been such a great source of support, by Candace Hunter, who also has been so supportive, and to be joined by our great treasurer, and also introduced by my former boss and great friend, and because he retired, a friend who's liberated to actually be political, which we all are glad about, Judge Nathaniel Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, it's no secret. This is a challenging time for Ohio, for our nation, and for our families. I'm honored and humbled that several months ago the governor asked me to consider joining the statewide ticket to take on these challenges and to help move Ohio in a new direction. Now I say that, I also love my job in Hamilton County. I've loved serving my hometown. But I also realize that the auditor position is uniquely situated to help move Ohio in the right direction and to help fight for Ohio's families when they need it most. You see, I believe that the fundamental challenge for our day is ensuring that Ohio can compete and win the jobs and economic opportunities for the 21st century. And winning those jobs and economic opportunity is how we'll build healthy, prosperous communities and families across the state. But if we're going to do that well, we need effective, strategic, efficient government at every level. We need government that capitalizes on this great state's strategic assets and strengths to create jobs and stimulate growth. Government that creates a high quality of life for our families, invests in our citizens to lead productive lives. All the while, government that keeps costs low so we can compete as businesses and people choose where to live and where to locate. Outside the governor's office, I firmly believe there is no job more central to getting all this done than the state auditor. A couple four quick reasons. First, to do what I just mentioned, we need to ensure that every precious tax dollar we receive is well spent, well invested in our strategic goals, not wasted. This is crunch time. We can't afford any waste or abuse of public funds at any level of government. Second, now more than ever, we need all levels of government to identify savings, reforms, efficiencies that save taxpayer dollars. Such reforms enhance Ohio's competitiveness so we can bring more jobs and more economic opportunities to our citizens. Third, we need to root out corruption and cronyism wherever they rear their ugly head and make public spending as transparent as possible. Without sound ethics, clean government transparency, we will never have the top-performing, accountable, and effective government that it will take to give the results that all Ohioans need. And fourth, we need leadership that stands up for all Ohioans, and especially the middle class and working families that drive Ohio's economy and its future, but are struggling today. In Hamilton County, we have a simple philosophy. It's all about our middle-class families. We see debates in Washington and Wall Street about bailouts and stimulus, but in the end, it's all about the fate of our middle-class families. In the end, their strength, their confidence, their stability, their productivity will be the engine of any recovery and long-term growth and prosperity we see. And without the help of those families, if they're facing foreclosures, high costs, if they're struggling to make ends meet, see higher unemployment, no matter what else we do, without that strong middle class, we will not recover and we will not thrive. So our middle class families need and deserve leadership that stands up for them. When their industries or special interests, like the predatory lenders, that game the system at their expense and undermine their economic security, our leaders must step up and hold them accountable. And when there are public investments meant to benefit Ohio's families through health care, good affordable education, or new jobs, we must ensure that the results are there for our families from the investments we make on their behalf. Now, I just mentioned 4 simple goals. There's one thing they all have in common. The auditor can and should be the leading voice and champion on all those issues. It's the state auditor's job to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse, so every dollar paid by taxpayers is spent wisely and is accounted for, especially in difficult times. It's the auditor's job to be the people's watchdog, fighting to protect families when interests and industries target them or harm them. The best auditors in the nation are hard at work helping build the most effective, cost-efficient, and high-performance possible at local and state government. And the auditor should be the leading voice and enforcing ethics and transparency, and the first line of defense against corruption and cronyism. In short, especially this challenging time, our auditors should be the quarterback for getting government into shape to compete, create jobs, and fight for and protect their families. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm proud to announce my campaign to be that state auditor.